how to make real friend. Now, when I first came to Canada, I was grade 8 in junior high. After the next, 4.5 years, I was so struggling to making friends, so struggling to attract people, to attract the, especially high value person in my social circle. So during that time, I was continuously, living by myself, have zero social abilities to form a connection between other people. And then during that time, like my definition of friends is only the person who can just do everything with me, even they just sit beside me and having lunch with me, we work together. And I think that's the real definition of friend during that time. And the friend could make you, stand beside you, make you look popular, cheer you up in the public situation, making you look less lonely. And that is all I care about for a friend when I was in high school. But after the few years when I go to the university, and then my concept of the real friend has changed a lot. I'm gonna say a harsh truth. There won't be any friends that is going to stay in your lifetime forever. There will be zero friend that is going to stay in your life forever. Every single friend, every single person you meet is only going to be a passenger that goes on your train, stay for a period of time, someone stays longer, someone stays shorter, and then they will leave eventually. So it's very important to keep that in mind, when you're forming connection, when you bond with other people, have the awareness that there's a possibility that they're going to leave your life in any single period of time. And this mentality is going to make you more chill and more calm to decide, when you're socializing with the other people, and it's going to make you less needy because you will also respect the other people's need and you will respect their leave. Like no one is commanded to stay by your side. There is a possibility that one day the whole world is going to leave you, and you just have to prepare for that. So it's very important to have that mentality when you're making friends or when you're connecting with the other people. And I think there's 3 things that is going to help you to make a real friend. The first thing is that you're all been through the hardship together. Now there's one person that I met when I was in high school. He was also an international student, and he was still learning English. So some homework in the ESL class was very hard for him. So there's one day I just let him copy my homework, and then as you can see, the second day the teacher censored that we have the same answer. Then we both got a 0. But then after that time, he apologized to me, and then I said it's okay. After that, after we both got 0, we both been through that experience, and then our relationship is much stronger than before because we all been through that hardship and we both know how it feels when things go down. And the most important is that we are with each other when things don't go well. Because as you can see, there's many people in your life, when you go to a social circumstance, you're going to say hi to them and you're going to act very friendly. Oh, hi, how are you? Like something like that. There's a very girly response. How are you? And but there's many people that you are going to have to put a mask on and be friendly to them. But that relationship is very situational, and it's going to end when that environment no longer exists. For example, your classmates, your co-workers, when you quit that course, when you quit your job, it's going to vanish because you're only forming a bond with them for one thing. Which brings the second topic, the second thing that can form a real friendship, which is that you guys are sharing the same goal. Now, it could be any single thing in your life, it could be a hobby, it could be a sport, it could be anything. And there's one friend that I know in my first university. We met in first year. We're both into the Red Pill stuff. We're both into practice gaming and also fitness. And now we're still connecting, And right now I'm in my 5th year, and he had been graduated for several months. But when we share the same goal, when we share the same hobby, we're still connecting. We still have a connection, even though we don't see each other very often. And there's also one brother from India that I met in my design class in my 4th year, and he was also very into the fitness, and we also share some of the Red Pill knowledges. And later he became the only one person we're still connecting after that course is finished. So it's very important, you guys share the same goal, same ambition, same purpose of your life, that goes beyond that specific environment, and that is going to help you to form a much stronger bond. The third thing that makes you a real friend is that when your life goes down, when things don't go well to you, they still stay by your side. This is very important. When I mention when the things go down, it doesn't have to be, they lost all their money and they bankrupted. It doesn't have to be that. But when 99% of people vote that he is a bad guy, and you stand right up and be that 1% of men who vote he is a good guy, dare to stand up for him even though things go down. When there's 99% of people who are all shouting, screaming at him, you dare to stand up and speak for him. There is one person that I can remember in my lifetime when I was in grade 9. During that time I was in a social study class, and our teacher told us to borrow the book, read and return that to the library. And because I just been there and I have to find my way to the library, and I have to get to know the procedure of borrowing a book, return a book. And then because I don't know any, English language, and I was very weak, I was skinny, I was very introverted, and I can barely speak. And when the teacher asked the whole class, who wants to help Zing, and then there's a completely silence, like no one speak up. And during that time, I can hear my awkward breath. Then after a few seconds, there's one girl who raised her hand and said, "I can help." And her name is Cindy Xia. And I'm going to remember that name for the rest of my life. She's the one who is willing to help me when the whole class are standing against me somehow. That's kind of like the same meaning. When you have the belief to your friends, when you believe that he did the right thing, and you dare to take that social pressure, dare to take the risk to stand with him. And the same thing, when the things go down for you, if someone dare to stand for you, and that is more likely to make you guys a very strong bond. So that's my third point. And I think the most important thing after all is that you have to make your own progress by yourself. You have to take actions. You have to continuously improve yourself step by step, because it's very hard to make any friends when you stay in the same position, for a very long period of time, because you have to step out your comfort zone first. You have to keep your train going. You have to push your train to move forward, and then you can later see the passengers walk by and see the different landscape and see the new people, and things going to change better and better. But the most important thing is that you have to take action by yourself first.